Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English After Hours, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Tim.
And I'm Steph. Welcome back to our English learning family.
We're so excited to see you again. Last week, we learned how to introduce ourselves, and we got so many wonderful comments from all of you.
Yes, we loved reading about all of you. Thank you for sharing your introductions with us in the comments. It was amazing to meet people from Brazil, Japan, Korea, Mexico, and so many other countries.
Before we start today's lesson, please remember to subscribe to English After Hours, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up.
That's right. And if you missed last week's video about introductions, make sure to watch it after this one. All our lessons connect together to help you build your English skills step by step.
Today, we have a fantastic topic that you'll use every single day, talking about your daily routine.
This is so useful because you can use these phrases to talk about your schedule, make plans with friends, or even describe your lifestyle to new people you meet.
Are you ready to learn about daily routines?
Let's get started.
Today, our topic is daily routines, how to describe your typical day from morning to night.
This is such an important topic because we all have routines. Whether you're a student, you work, you're retired, or you stay at home. Everyone has a daily schedule.
Exactly. And when you meet new people, they often ask questions like, what time do you wake up? Or what do you do in the evening? Or how do you spend your free time?
Plus, talking about daily routines helps you practice so many useful grammar structures, like present tense verbs, time expressions, and sequencing words.
We're going to learn essential vocabulary for daily activities, time expressions like in the morning and at night, and useful phrases for describing when you do things.
We'll also talk about different personality types. Some people are morning people, some are night people. Some people love routine, others prefer flexibility.
That's right. And just like last week, we'll have a natural conversation where you can listen and learn. Plus, we'll give you plenty of practice opportunities.
We'll compare our daily routines because Tim and I are very different. Tim is definitely a morning person, and I'm more of a night owl.
Laughs. That's so true. I love waking up early, and Steph prefers to stay up late. It'll be interesting to compare. Let's start with morning routines first, then we'll work through the whole day together.
Okay, Tim, tell us about your morning routine. What time do you usually wake up?
Well, I'm definitely a morning person. I usually wake up at 6 a.m. every day, even on weekends. I know that sounds early to some people, but I love mornings.
Wow, 6 a.m. That is early. I could never do that. What do you do first when you wake up?
The very first thing I do is turn off my alarm and check my phone quickly, just to see if there are any urgent messages. Then I get out of bed right away. I never hit the snooze button.
Never hit snooze. I hit snooze at least 3 times every morning. Laughs. What happens after you get out of bed?
I immediately make my bed. It makes me feel organized and productive. Then I go to the bathroom and brush my teeth. After that, I wash my face with cold water to wake myself up completely.
Cold water in the morning. You really are a morning person. Do you exercise in the morning?
Yes, I do about 20 minutes of exercise, sometimes push-ups and stretches at home. Sometimes I go for a short jog with Max. Exercise in the morning gives me energy for the whole day.
That's impressive. What about breakfast? What do you usually eat?
I always eat breakfast. It's my favorite meal of the day. I usually have scrambled eggs with toast or sometimes oatmeal with fruit. And I always drink 2 cups of coffee. Coffee is essential for me.
2 cups? That's a lot of coffee. How long does your whole morning routine take?
From waking up to leaving the house, it takes me about an hour and a half. I like to take my time in the morning and not rush. What about you, Steph? Tell us about your morning routine.
Laughs. My morning routine is completely different. I usually wake up around 8:30 or 9 a.m. I'm definitely not a morning person.
What do you do when you wake up?
The first thing I do is grab my phone and check my messages and social media for about 15 minutes while I'm still in bed. I know it's not the healthiest habit, but I need time to wake up slowly.
That's interesting. Do you get up right away after that?
No way. I usually lie in bed for another 10 to 15 minutes just thinking about my day or listening to music. I hate rushing in the morning. Then I finally get up and make my bed.
What about getting ready? Do you shower in the morning?
I prefer to shower at night, so in the morning I just wash my face and brush my teeth. Then I spend about 20 minutes choosing what to wear. That's always the hardest part of my morning.
Laughs. 20 minutes to choose clothes? What about breakfast?
I'm usually not very hungry in the morning, so I just have a piece of toast or some cereal. But I definitely need my coffee. I can't function without at least one large cup of coffee.
How long does your morning routine take?
About an hour total, but it's a very relaxed hour. I like to move slowly in the morning. If I rush, I feel stressed all day.
Now let's talk about the main part of our day, work and daily activities. What does your workday look like, Steph?
Well, since I'm a writer and I work from home, my schedule is pretty flexible. I usually start working around 10 a.m. I begin by checking my emails and making a to-do list for the day.
That sounds nice and organized. What do you do after that?
I spend the first hour doing research for my articles, reading other articles, looking up information, taking notes. Then, around 11:30, I take a short break to walk around the house or play with Luna.
That's smart to take breaks. What about the actual writing?
I do my main writing from about 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. That's when I'm most creative and focused. I try to write at least 1,000 words during this time. I usually write in my home office with music playing softly in the background.
Do you eat lunch during this time?
I usually take a lunch break around 1 p.m. I make something simple, a sandwich, salad, or soup. I eat while reading or watching a short video online. Then I go back to writing.
What about the rest of your workday?
In the afternoon, from 3:30 to 5 p.m., I edit what I wrote in the morning, respond to emails, and do administrative tasks like invoicing or scheduling. The creative work is done, so I can handle the business side of things.
That sounds like a good balance. What about you, Tim? Tell us about your work routine.
My schedule is more structured because I teach at a language school. I leave my apartment at 8 a.m. and take the subway to work. The commute takes about 25 minutes. Do you do anything during your commute?
Yes. I usually listen to podcasts or music on my phone. Sometimes I review my lesson plans for the day. I try to use the commute time productively.
What time do your classes start?
My first class starts at 9 a.m. I teach 4 classes per day, 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Each class is 90 minutes long with a 15-minute break between them.
That's a lot of talking. Do you get a lunch break?
Yes, I have a 1-hour lunch break from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. I usually eat in the teacher's lounge with my colleagues. We often discuss our students or share teaching ideas.
What kind of food do you eat for lunch?
I usually bring a packed lunch from home, a sandwich, some fruit, and snacks. Sometimes I buy lunch from a nearby cafe if I didn't have time to prepare anything the night before. My afternoon classes are from 2 to 5:30 p.m. After classes end, I spend about 30 minutes grading homework or preparing materials for the next day.
What time do you leave work?
I usually leave the school around 6 p.m. The commute home takes the same 25 minutes, so I'm home by 6:30 p.m. most days.
Do you feel tired after teaching all day?
Sometimes. Teaching requires a lot of energy because you're always talking, thinking, and engaging with students. But I love it, so it doesn't feel like work most of the time. Now let's talk about evenings. What do you do after work, Steph?
Since I finish work around 5 p.m., I have a nice long evening to relax. The first thing I do is close my laptop and put it away. I need to create a clear separation between work time and personal time.
That's really important when you work from home. What do you do to unwind?
I usually make myself a cup of herbal tea and sit in my garden for 15 to 20 minutes, especially if the weather is nice. I just watch the plants, listen to birds, and let my mind rest from all the writing.
That sounds very peaceful. Do you cook dinner every night?
Most nights, yes. I enjoy cooking, and it's another way to relax. I usually cook around 6:30 p.m. I love making pasta dishes, stir-fries, or soup. Nothing too complicated, but always fresh and healthy.
Do you eat dinner alone or with others?
Usually alone, but sometimes my parents come over for dinner or I video call my brother while I eat. Luna always keeps me company, of course.
Laughs. Luna is a good dinner companion. What do you do after dinner?
After dinner, I clean up the kitchen. I hate leaving dirty dishes overnight. Then I have my favourite part of the day, relaxation time. I might read a book, watch a movie, work on a painting, or take a long bath.
How late do you usually stay up?
I'm definitely a night owl. I usually go to bed around 11:30 p.m. or midnight. I like having quiet time in the evening to pursue my hobbies or just think about life.
Do you have a bedtime routine?
Yes. About an hour before bed, I take a shower. It helps me relax. Then I put on comfortable pajamas, brush my teeth, and read in bed for 20 to 30 minutes before going to sleep.
That sounds lovely. My evening routine is quite different. Since I get home around 6:30 p.m., I'm pretty tired from teaching all day.
What's the first thing you do when you get home?
The absolute first thing is taking Max out for a walk. He's been waiting for me all day, so he needs exercise and attention. We walk for about 30 minutes around the neighborhood.
That's so sweet. Dogs need their exercise. What about dinner?
I'm usually hungry when I get home, so after Max's walk, I cook dinner right away, around 7:30 p.m. I keep my dinner simple during the week, grilled chicken with vegetables, pasta with sauce, or sometimes I order takeout if I'm really tired.
Do you cook elaborate meals on weekends?
Yes. On weekends, I love trying new recipes or making more complicated dishes. But weekday dinners are all about convenience and nutrition. After dinner, I spend about an hour relaxing, watching the news, reading, or calling my family. Around 9 p.m., I start preparing for the next day.
What kind of preparation do you do?
I check my teaching schedule, prepare any materials I need, choose clothes for tomorrow, and pack my lunch. I also give Max his evening meal and play with him for a bit.
You're so organized. What time do you go to bed?
Since I wake up at 6 a.m., I need to be in bed by 10 p.m. to get enough sleep. My bedtime routine is pretty quick. I brush my teeth, wash my face, read for about 15 minutes, then lights out.
10 p.m. That's so early for me, but I guess it works for your schedule.
Exactly. I've learned that getting enough sleep makes everything else easier. Work, exercise, relationships. Sleep is really important for me.
Let's talk about weekends. I think this is where our routines might be even more different. What do your weekends look like, Tim?
You're right, weekends are different. Even though I don't have to work, I still wake up pretty early, usually around 7 a.m. Old habits, you know?
Laughs. I should have guessed. Do you keep the same morning routine?
Mostly, yes. I still make my bed, brush my teeth, and have coffee. But I take more time with breakfast on weekends, maybe pancakes or a big omelet. And I read the news while I eat.
What about exercise? Do you still exercise on weekends?
Absolutely. But weekend exercise is more fun. I play soccer with my friends on Saturday mornings from 9 to 11 a.m. It's the highlight of my week. On Sunday, I take Max for a long hike in the park.
That sounds active and social. What do you do in the afternoons?
Saturday afternoons, I usually do practical things. Grocery shopping, cleaning my apartment, laundry, errands. I like to get all the boring stuff done on Saturday, so Sunday can be more relaxing.
And Sunday afternoons?
Sunday afternoons are for fun and relaxation. I might visit my sister, meet friends for lunch, go to a museum, or just read a book in a cafe. Sunday is my day to recharge for the week.
Do you go to bed at the same time on weekends?
I try to. Maybe I stay up until 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday night, but I still wake up early. I just can't sleep late anymore. My body is too used to the routine.
You're so consistent. My weekends are completely different from my weekdays.
Tell us about your weekend routine.
Well, Friday night I usually stay up until 1 or 2 a.m. because I'm so excited that the work week is over. I might watch movies, read, or work on art projects.
So you sleep in on Saturday morning?
Yes, I don't set an alarm on weekends. I usually wake up naturally around 10 or 11 a.m. It feels so luxurious to wake up without an alarm.
I have a very slow Saturday morning routine. I make fancy coffee, maybe bake something for breakfast, and spend an hour or two in my pajamas just enjoying the fact that I don't have to work.
That sounds wonderful. What about Saturday activities?
Saturday afternoons, I do creative things painting, gardening, trying new recipes. Sometimes I meet friends for lunch or go shopping. I also do household chores, but I spread them throughout the weekend so it doesn't feel overwhelming.
And Sunday,
Sunday is family day. I often have dinner with my parents or visit my brother. Sometimes we go for walks together or just spend time talking. It's my social day.
Sunday evenings I prepare for the week. I plan my writing projects, do grocery shopping online, and organise my schedule. But I still go to bed late on Sunday, probably around midnight.
Laughs. We really are complete opposites when it comes to schedules.
But that's what makes life interesting. There's no right or wrong way to organise your time as long as it works for your lifestyle.
Now let's practice some useful phrases for talking about daily routines. First, let's learn different ways to talk about time.
Great idea. For specific times, you can say, I wake up at 7 a.m. or I eat lunch at 12:30 p.m.
For general time periods, use in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. But we say at night, not in the night.
For frequency, you can use usually, always, sometimes, often, never. For example, I usually have coffee or I never skip breakfast.
Let's practice some common daily routine verbs. Repeat after me. Wake up, brush my teeth, take a shower, get dressed.
More verbs: have breakfast, go to work, start work, take a break, eat lunch, finish work, go home.
Evening verbs. Cook dinner, watch TV, read a book, take a bath, go to bed, fall asleep.
Now let's practice sequence words. These help you tell your routine in order. First, then, after that, next, finally.
Let me give you an example. First, I wake up at 6 a.m., then I brush my teeth. After that, I have breakfast. Next, I go to work. Finally, I come home in the evening. Perfect. Now let's practice asking questions about routines. You can ask, what time do you wake up? Or when do you go to bed? Other useful questions. How do you get to work? What do you have for breakfast? What do you do in the evening? Do you work on weekends?
Let's do a quick practice conversation. Tim, what time do you usually have dinner?
I usually have dinner around 7:30 p.m. What about you?
I have dinner at 6:30 p.m. Do you cook every day?
I cook most days, but sometimes I order takeout. How do you get to work?
I work from home, so I just walk to my home office. Do you exercise in the morning?
Yes, I exercise every morning for 20 minutes. What do you do to relax in the evening?
I like to read or paint. See everyone? That's how you have a natural conversation about daily routines.
Before we finish today, let's talk about different personality types and how they affect your daily routine. This is important because everyone is different.
That's right. We've already mentioned that Tim is a morning person and I'm a night owl. Let's explain what these mean.
A morning person is someone who feels most energetic and productive in the morning. They usually wake up early naturally, they feel alert in the morning, and they like to get important tasks done before noon.
A night owl is someone who feels more energetic in the evening and at night. They prefer to stay up late, they often feel tired in the morning, and they do their best work in the afternoon or evening.
Neither one is better than the other. It's just different natural body rhythms. The important thing is to understand your own energy patterns and plan your routine accordingly.
Exactly. There are other personality differences too. Some people love routine and structure. They want to do the same things at the same time every day because it makes them feel secure and organized.
Other people prefer flexibility and spontaneity. They like to change their routine, try new things, and adapt to whatever happens during the day.
Some people are very social and prefer to do activities with other people. They might exercise with friends, eat meals with family, or work in busy environments.
Other people are more introverted and prefer quiet solo activities. They might read alone, exercise by themselves, or work in quiet spaces.
When you describe your daily routine in English, you can mention your personality type. For example, I'm a morning person, so I like to exercise early, or I prefer flexibility, so my schedule changes every day.
This makes your English more natural and interesting, and it helps people understand you better as a person, not just your schedule.
Let's review what we learned today. We talked about morning routines, work schedules, evening activities, and weekend plans.
We learned useful vocabulary for daily activities, time expressions, and sequence words. We also practiced asking and answering questions about routines.
Remember, when someone asks about your daily routine, you don't have to describe every single thing you do. Just share the main activities and the times that are important to you.
And don't worry if your routine is different from other people's routines. Everyone has a different lifestyle, work schedule, and personality. The goal is to communicate clearly about your routine.
Practice tip. This week, try to describe your daily routine out loud in English. You can do this while you're doing your routine. For example, while you're brushing your teeth, say, "Now I'm brushing my teeth." Another great practice idea: keep a simple daily routine journal in English. Write 3 sentences about your day, what you did in the morning, afternoon, and evening.
And remember, your daily routine will change over time. Maybe you get a new job, move to a new city, or develop new hobbies. That's perfectly normal. You can always update how you describe your routine.
Before we finish today, we have your homework assignment.
We want you to tell us about your daily routine in the comments. You can write about your morning routine, your work schedule, or your evening activities. Use the vocabulary and phrases we learned today.
For example, you could write, I wake up at 7 a.m. First, I have coffee, then I check my emails. I work from 9 to 5, and in the evening I cook dinner and watch TV.
Or, I'm a night owl. I wake up at 10 a.m., work in the afternoon, and stay up until midnight reading books.
We also have a challenge for you. Try to ask one person this week about their daily routine. You could ask a friend, family member, or classmate. Practice the questions we learned today.
Next week, we're going to talk about describing your home and neighborhood. We'll learn how to talk about where you live, what your house or apartment looks like, and what your neighborhood is like.
Thank you so much for learning with us today. Please subscribe to English After Hours, like this video, and share it with your friends who are learning English.
We love being part of your English learning journey. Keep practicing, be patient with yourself, and remember, every day you practice, you get better.
Stay safe, keep learning, and we'll see you next week.
Goodbye from English After Hours.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.